Well, thanks very much. So my name's Sean. I do Supabase AI Web Solutions, building websites, mobile applications and stuff like that with modern platforms for local businesses on the Isle of Man. Been going now for maybe a year. Started it maybe a year ago, no coding experience whatsoever. I was bricklaying before this. I had to stop laying bricks because I couldn't afford the flat I was in at the time. Wasn't in enough money, raining all the time and just not going in, so I had to do something about it. Ended up quitting, doing nothing really for a few weeks, trying to figure stuff out, and then came across Bolt, and Bolt led me onto Supabase, and then that was it really. From there we just started building up a bit of a business, getting our first few clients and stuff like that, and that's it. That's how it started. Yeah. Yeah, so these platforms obviously solve a lot of problems for businesses on the Isle of Man. A lot of businesses over here have old setups and have just stuck with their old setups since they got them. But with the likes of these platforms now, there's no reason really to be sticking with them. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Like I said, I had absolutely no coding experience whatsoever before I started this. I don't, no GCSEs. Didn't have a clue really. Literally started from nothing, but by using these platforms, I was able to not just learn but build real production level projects for people and launch them, which didn't seem possible at first, just due to the inexperience that I had. But with these, you don't need the experience. You don't need it. They've both got agents within them that you can speak to and learn from. Both Supabase and Bolt have AI agents within them that you can learn from, so you can ask them about, how would I go about doing this, or how would I go about doing that, and they can run you through the process and talk you through it and teach you a thing. Yeah, so I'm going to show you a live example of a project we've got going on at the minute for a local business. There are the issues there that they've struggled with: an outdated website as well as an application that was just a nightmare to use. Old school systems. The database was just horrendous, to be honest. Absolutely horrendous. You'll see a bit of an Excel. I think that you'll see 28 products on there, and it's just in the 28, you can tell by just the 28 how messy it actually was. And it was terrible. Obviously, there was over 2,000 of them altogether. Yeah, there it is. There's the old front end user interface. Obviously, it doesn't look the best, does it? Very, very slow, and yeah, just doesn't look great. Doesn't look great at all. There's the app as well. Obviously, similar situation, just a nightmare to use. The checkout system. So they've always struggled with trying to get some sort of payment gateway on their website, and they ended up having to use someone local that doesn't even provide a gateway online. It's all the card readers and stuff like that. So people were placing orders and without even paying. So I done it the other day, and you can literally just place an order and it'll turn up at your house before paying anything, which is not ideal at all. And that's due to the fact that they couldn't get anything on the website. Yeah, not good. There you go. There's the old data. So that's 28 items out of over 2,300 and something. Just an absolute mess. And that's what they were dealing with the whole time. And yeah, by using these platforms, we've managed to create a modern, smooth front end, a seamless checkout, and then all the back end data is just so much easier to use and edit and stuff like that. There you go. As you can see, there's the new front end. There's the new category drop down, filter drop down, just much easier to use. In my opinion, I think it looks a lot better as well compared to the old setup. And then again, yeah, same with the app. We've kept the app matching the aesthetic, just looks and works and feels so much better. And yeah, there you go. There's the sum up checkout. This was deemed impossible to us at one point. A local payment gateway service over here said that they'd spoke with Bolt directly, and the only thing we were going to be able to use was Stripe. And apparently I was out of my depth and didn't know what I was talking about. This is what the payment system people were saying to this client. Said he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's impossible. We've spoke with Bolt directly. It's not going to happen. He doesn't know what he's on about. It's impossible. And yeah, there it is on the website, working, thoroughly tested. There's the data as well. Obviously, this is a Supabase database. This is the platform here. Completely reorganized it. This was all manual work, unfortunately. We did try to incorporate AI into recategorizing everything, but we just weren't getting the results that we wanted, so we had to end up doing all this by hand. But we have since learned that we could have pasted this into Supabase, give it a formula, and it would have been able to do it for us. So that was, I don't know how long it was in the end, but it was a couple of weeks work anyways, recategorizing everything and making sure it's right. All the names as well, the names of all the products had to be changed because there was just unnecessary spaces and things in there that didn't even have anything to do with the product that it was labeling. Again, with the images, Supabase allows you to store images within the platform that turns them then into URLs which you can put onto the database. So when the website is reading the database for that product, it reads that URL and displays the image. So each one of them files, as you can see there, each one of them has got its own URL, which if you put into a browser would bring up that image and that image only. So the website knows how to do that, but place it in the way we want it to with the product it needs to be by. Yeah, very handy because a lot of the times people have had to use a different platform to do this. But now you can have your database as well as all your images stored in one place. Thanks for listening. Any questions at all?
How did you convince the client to go for this new one and agree with doing this with Bolt and
So they've been struggling with that for a long time. What ended up winning them over is because we use AI and we can do things a lot quicker, therefore do things a lot cheaper as well. So just for his database alone to be sorted out, like reorganized, not to be put on a platform and for the website to be feeding off it, he was getting, I think he said it was £6,000 or £7,000 somebody wanted just to sort, like a team of people to sort that database out for him. So they were they had no choice but to use that website because they couldn't afford to be paying the money that normally would need to be paid in order to get something like that as large. So that's what won him over in the end, is the speed and the price, really. That's it. Yeah.
Don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
Why wasn't WordPress an option?
To build the website?
Yeah, because
I suppose it is. I personally just prefer to use Bolt, so that's my preferred platform. That's not like you don't have to use Bolt. That's just my preferred platform, personally, anyways. Due to the fact that, like I said, I started with no experience whatsoever, and the agent was just really, really good at telling you what's what and breaking it down for you in a understandable way, really. Yeah. That's it.
Good stuff.
There you go.
And get the other one up?
Yeah.
I'm Josh, by the way. I know we've all met. My background is digital marketing, CRM systems, go high level. That's what floats my boat. That's what I love doing. But I also love building SaaS products, B2B SaaS products, where businesses have some problems. You're like, hey, we could actually build something here to solve this for you. And then it gets down to marketing, which is the hard bit always. So this is review flow. As you can see, everything in review flow is touched by Supabase. Supabase is basically the architect for review flow. as I said, this is a tool that will help small businesses get more Google reviews or whatever platform you want to get your ratings up, to improve your SEO, and to get ranked up a lot higher. But more importantly, this is a story about how Supabase, obviously, let us punch way above our weight as a small team. So the problems, so I'm not doing a sales pitch here, and I'm trying not to. The problems small to medium-sized businesses have is reviews are everything, right? So for local businesses or small businesses, should we say, 93% of the customers won't even consider you without checking reviews first. You've probably all faced this at one point, or you've all searched for the highest ranking or reviewed business. Problem is, happy customers don't leave reviews, and when they do, or when reviews do come through, it's usually the negative reviews. So businesses needed a system that, one, actually gets happy customers to review them, and two, catches unhappy customers before they actually go public. So the real challenge this is where it gets interesting. From a technical standpoint, we needed to build a multi-tenant SaaS, which I'll get a little bit more into, where each business has their own customers, their own data, their own analytics, and it all needs to be completely isolated and secure. Oh, and we wanted to launch this in weeks, not months. So this is the smart, but the innovation behind it. It's where Supabase really actually shines. So customers get a review request via SMS or WhatsApp. They click and rate 1 to 5 stars, and if it's 4 or 5 stars, it will automatically go into Google API or whichever platform you want to be reviewed on. If it's, say, for instance, your clothing business, it'll tunnel straight there. If it's 1 to 3 stars, or below 4 stars, should we say, they get down a different channel and they'll get a private form, and that feedback will never go public. Then it's just up to you and the business to sort out, unless, of course, the customer bypasses this altogether and just goes to Google, but most of them aren't that clever. Why this actually matters. So this routing actually happens in milliseconds. It's tracked in real time in Supabase, and the business sees everything live in the dashboard, which traditional approach would need message queues, multiple services, complex orchestration. But with Supabase, it's just database records and real-time subscriptions. Here's basically just the stack of what we're using. So front end, Next.js or Bolt, as Sean has spoken about. We use Supabase, which is the brain, the communication for the SMSs and voice. We use Twilio. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the name there. Sum up again, we just use as payments because we can't get Stripe working here. And then you just, whichever platform you want your reviews on, Google APIs. And then real-time dashboards powered by Supabase. That's just actually this is my last salesy little pitch, but this is it in its beautiful form. So that's obviously all fed back from Supabase onto your dashboards, onto your screens, whichever you want to use them. So you may be saying, hey, why Supabase? Why are we using Supabase for this? So I'm going to be real honest here. We evaluated Firebase, AWS, Amplify, I think it's called, and building our own with Express or Postgres. But here's why we actually chose Supabase. So speed, we've had a working MVP in under 2 weeks, which is like, usually this would have taken weeks of architecture. Security, so there's row-level security in Supabase, which means the data is isolated and it's enforced at the Postgres. It's real SQL, which is critical, and we're not locked into a proprietary system. Therefore, if we need to migrate tomorrow from a different database, we can. Real time as well, that's also huge. Dashboards update live as reviews come in. No polling, no custom WebSocket servers. The moment we knew Supabase was the right choice, by the way, when we implemented the RLS, or the row level security, realized like business A literally cannot see business B's data, right? It's locked. Even if our application code had a bug, the database security level just wouldn't allow it. So that's a peace of mind for us. The schema walkthrough. It's pretty basic. As you can see there, so it's a business table, so the company info, subscription status, their Twilio number. Each row is a customer of ours. Then the customers table, their customers isolated by business IDs. And this is the magic of basically multi-tenancy. Review requests, every SMS we send gets tracked, sent when, to whom, status, reviews, the gold, right? Rating type, public or private, as we spoke about. If it's a bad one, goes private. If it's good, straight to public. And feedback, text, and timestamp. So you probably noticed something. This is just normal Postgres, like foreign keys, relationships, indexes, nothing proprietary. We can write complex SQL queries, use transactions, everything you expect from a real database. We move on to the row level security, or RLS is what they call it. And this is where I think where Supabase really separates itself. So let me just show you what it actually looks like. It's just the SQL policy, so businesses can only select their own records where user ID, authenticated ID. Yeah, sorry. Got ahead of myself there. But yeah, so that there is basically the security model in a nutshell, all built within Supabase. The authentication. This is actually more just to talk what we didn't have to build. So authentication, user signups with email and password, Supabase. They hashes out the passwords, bicrypt, salted, all that good stuff. Generates a JWT token. Manages the sessions, handles email verifications, does password resets. All of that is what Supabase did for us. And that was easily probably 2 weeks of development that would have taken us to secure that implementation. Supabase did it in about 2 hours. So they did all the authentication and the SDK. So 2 hours was 2 weeks. I know what I would take, especially in today's day and age where people want stuff now. The real-time subscriptions. This is probably the coolest part, I think. So it's the real-time dashboards. So when customers leaves a review, the business's dashboard updates instantly. And I mean like literally milliseconds. The code is 5 lines. You subscribe to insert events on the review table. That's it. And Supabase handles the WebSocket connection, handles the reconnection, handles everything. If you take more of a traditional approach, compare this to traditional ways, the setup of a socket, you would have had a socket.io or WS probably. You'd have to manage connections, handle reconnection logic, scale WebSocket servers, implement pub or subsystem. We skipped all of that with Supabase, and the best part, the RLS still applies. Businesses only see their reviews in real time. Security doesn't go away just because it's real time. So the complete review workflow here, end to end. Kind of self-explanatory there, but obviously businesses add a customer stored in Supabase, isolated by their business ID. They click send review request, triggers Supabase edge function. Edge function calls the Twilio, the number, the SMS to send a unique link, your Google review or your Facebook review, wherever it's going, it will call up that unique link for you. Customer clicks, rates. This is where the smart routing happens. Reviews get stored in Supabase with a type public or private. Again, we touch base on that. And real-time subscription fires away. Dashboard update, businesses get notified. And that is all orchestrated by Supabase. This one was quite complex to get our head around. So Twilio is It's a SMS-based service. So you buy a number off of there, and then you can automate your SMSs or WhatsApps. But the thing we found was, if you sign up here, sometimes you get like a US number or something. So it's not geographically, I think that's the word. So for instance, if I'm in the Isle of Man or the UK, I want a UK number. So we had to teach Supabase as well to help with this. So when a customer signs up, they say, "Hi, I'm in United States, Michigan." It's like you will get a phone number for that area. So therefore, it's a bit more personal to your consumer. So, and what we actually found was Twilio and Supabase actually work beautifully together at the end of this. So as I said, each business gets a local phone number. This is important for trust. So when Twilio sends the SMS, they fire a webhook back to us with a delivery status, and that webhook hits Supabase edge function, which updates the database. Everything is tracked, everything is logged. I was quite proud of that one. The edge functions that we keep talking about are basically serverless functions that run globally. We use them for anything that needs to be server-side. So Twilio API calls, sum up webhook handling, and rate limiting logic. The beautiful thing is this all deploys in seconds, and all the logs are built in, and they're globally distributed on your Dino deploy. So latency is incredibly low everywhere. Again, with payments, we won't go too much into this, but when someone pays, SumUp sends a webhook. That webhook hits an edge function. That edge function, that's quite a word, edge function, updates the business subscription status all within Supabase. So you can see a common theme here that everything touches Supabase at one point. So there's no real middleware needed at all. And this was one of the big ones for us, because obviously we're just about to launch Review Flow. So we've got 10 businesses now, but our goal is in 12 months to have 1,000 customers, 1,000 businesses signed up. And the best part is the code won't change. So the same code base handles 10 businesses or 10,000 businesses. So Supabase will give us connection pooling, read replies, automatic backups, point-in-time recovery, all the enterprise features you would find or you'd normally have to probably build yourself. So back to the velocity of the development. Without Supabase, honestly, we probably estimated 6 to 12 weeks. This would have taken us just on infrastructure, like building authentication, setting up the database, implementing the security, and our own API layer, building a web socket server, setting up serverless functions. Well, Supabase, like I said, 2 days. That's all it took it. The rest of the time we just spent making it look good via Bolt. Lessons learned? Well, there was a few. Definitely write your RLS policies early and test them thoroughly. They're your security mode, basically. Postgres is better than NoSQL for B2B, personally. Relationships matter, joins matter, and data integrity matter. Real-time is a game changer as well. Users expect instant update, live dashboards, and database-first architecture just makes sense. So just let the database do all the good stuff for you. And the results, well, like I said, 2 weeks for us from idea to production. We've got 10 customers already. We started like the marketing side of stuff, and people are averaging 4.3 stars on their ratings. And we've had 0 security incidents because of the RLS has our back. We're processing hundreds of review requests, and we're ready to scale to 1,000 plus businesses. And we built it all here on the Isle of Man, all thanks to Supabase, powered by Supabase, should I say. So you're probably saying, why Supabase for B2B SaaS, if anyone here is interested in SaaS products? Basically because you can build ready production apps in days instead of months, multi-tenancy and SQL policies instead of middleware, real-time feature without infrastructure complexity, and you're never locked in because it's Postgres. Review flow went from idea to paying customers within 2 weeks. And I think we could only do this with Supabase. Otherwise, we'd still be in a little office mapping it all out. And that's pretty much it. So I shared the SaaS tool because I don't know if maybe to inspire, or if you have an idea that you want to build and you're thinking about a database to use, I would highly recommend Supabase just to get those results a lot quicker for you. And it covers a lot of the infrastructure which you'd naturally spend weeks and weeks trying to build yourself. And that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions as well, if you have any ideas about the product, about review flow, about Supabase, just be gentle on review flow.
How did you land it on $49?
$49 is psychological.
Okay.
So from a digital marketing side, there's certain bands which people will pay for. So if you go too cheap, people won't buy it because they think it's cheap. If it's too expensive, it's the value thing. So you have like $17, $49. There's 2 or 3 other more bands that you can do. Speaking of courses, which you're talking about, this is how you probably price your courses. But yeah, that's how I got to that. It's just psychological.
You should do another session on pricing.
Pricing, I can speak forever on. So for instance, sorry, not to go off topic here, but about 2 years ago, there was this huge push for, it was called PDF farming. I don't know if anyone's heard of this. It was basically selling PDF guides. So what you do, you'd start off from scratch, you'd search via Google or whatever you search, what the trending topics are. For instance, at the time when I was doing it, like ADHD was one, kids and electronics was one. So you build a huge market case around this. And then you take your learning and your market research, stick into GPT, write me a high-value 60-page PDF. Boom. There it is. You beautify it, take to Canva or whatever you do your thing. And you literally go on, build a little funnel. And you get that's your lead magnet now. So you probably give away first free a 2-pager, like, wow, this is really good. But you've captured a lead because it has to give you your email. And from there, then you start the automation, like, hey, how did you get on with it? Here's our next PDF. If you're interested, here's another guide. And it all came down to that pricing. It was $17 for a guide. It was people would throw money at you. Anyway, sorry.
Is that still on the up, or is that?
No, people that got saturated very fast. You'll see on Facebook, you can spot a funnel straight away. Funnel's different to a website. Website's more like, hey, this is my storefront. Funnel's like, I want you to do a specific action.
Yeah, go through the question set.
I want you to give me your email.
It's a long question set.
Yeah, it's a whole lead capture form, and from that, all they're going to do now is upsell. It's a cash cow if you get it right. But courses, interactive courses, live courses are on the app. So definitely you want to jump on that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And it'll be the same pattern. It'll be upsell.
There's a platform I found you can use payments on the Isle of Man as well. So
Okay.
it talks about it, and you can build courses on it. So
Yes, nice.
Really, and I can see the growth still is there.
Yeah.
And it's just like super exciting.
Yeah.
So I started with one thing and kind of flipped a little bit
Yeah.
to do more this side of things and learning that. So
There's a whole interesting thing about when it was during the PDF farming, where TikTok had this weird algorithm where if they watch more than 4 seconds of a video, it would just keep bumping it to the next. So we had about 120,000 faceless 6-second videos. And all you did was just a little hook on it. Doesn't matter if it's car driving or whatever, it's just a hook. Something to make them maybe read it again, like, what the heck did I just see? And you'd end up with like a couple million views, all linked to, hey, link in my bio. You've all seen that. Link in my bio. Straight to the funnel, sign up, lead capture, start nurturing that. Start it.
that's what I'm learning.
So we made a bit of money on that, and then it quickly crashed because everyone's like, fuck, not another course, not another guide or a PDF made by GPT. But anyway, back to this. Any more questions? Who's going to sign up for a review flow? I'm joking. Who's going to be
One
customer
more question. How Supabase is working, like, let's say 2 people working on the code base.
In what way? Sorry.
So let's
So if
say
you're both
simultaneously
working-
2 developers working on the same
On the
code
same
base.
project in Supabase.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
no issue.
Okay.
It's all fine, yeah.
It's all handled by Supabase, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sean's my coding guy. I'm the one with the idea. I'm like, let's just make it. It's like, okay, flip, okay. It's like, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, appreciate you guys for coming. This was a first for us, so sorry if it was a bit
No, it's great.
sketchy. You have no idea how many times we paced around the office today. I'm like, we're not going to make it, we're not going to make it. But there is merch at the back. Please help yourself to stickers, t-shirts, and there is pizzas coming.
Yeah, there's pizzas coming at 7 if anyone wants to stick around for pizzas and stuff like that, obviously.
It's only 10 minutes, but we can spend some time talking, networking, hearing a bit about your businesses and see how essentially we could help you if you need help.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good stuff. Thank you.